now, want to welcome you guys to the Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse official ribbon cutting ceremony. As I said before, when you go in this building, you're going to be blown away. Can't wait to get into some type of a hockey game, basketball game. You guys are going to have a blast in here. So I'm going to introduce to you today's MC of today's ribbon cutting. Please welcome member of the Cavaliers broadcasting family, John Michael.
All right, thank you, Armond, and welcome everyone to the Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse Welcome Home Grand Opening Ceremony. The first thing I'd like to do is invite to the stage today's dignitaries, introducing our 5 speakers, starting with Quicken Loan CEO, Jay Farner. United States Congresswoman, Marcia Fudge. Cuyahoga County Executive, Armond Budish. Cleveland Mayor, Frank Jackson. And Cavaliers and Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse CEO, Len Komorowski. As Armond said, I'm John Michael. I'm part of the Cavs broadcasting team. It is my honor to welcome everyone to today's festivities. Today, we're going to get our first real taste of the newly transformed Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse, a project that was only made possible by the hard work and vision of so many people, a number of whom you're going to be hearing from shortly. In moments, the cutting of the 216-foot ribbon, yes, 216, will take place, which will officially commemorate and celebrate the completion of the 2-year transformation of Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse. And believe me, as dazzling and impressive as the outside looks, I can promise you this, just wait until you see inside. Without any further ado, let's hear about it from a number of people who made it all possible, and let's start with Cavaliers and Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse CEO. It is Len Komorowski.
Thanks, John. Hello, Cleveland. And welcome to a day we have long been waiting for, the grand opening of the Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse. It's been a long journey to get to this point, with many key political, civic, and business leaders, to the building and construction and labor trades and unions, to many other groups that have bonded together that understand the need for the project and the long-term benefits it will deliver. As Mayor Jackson likes to say, in Cleveland, we do hard. And sometimes doing the right thing is the hard thing. But for Northeast Ohio, we're glad they chose to lead and put Cleveland and the FieldHouse in a position of strength for decades to come. This journey to the FieldHouse of today began over 14 years ago when Dan Gilbert acquired the Cavaliers and the operating of rights of the then publicly owned and still publicly owned Gund Arena. His investment has been deep and his passionate commitment has been unwavering. He's poured his heart and soul into the Cavaliers in Cleveland. That ranges from that initial investment in the Cavaliers and the venue here, to the expansion of Quicken Loans to downtown Cleveland, to the addition of other franchises to play here, to the creation of new business platforms and continued real estate investment as well. Within Dan's family of companies here in Northeast Ohio, his investment is over $1.6 billion, with over 4,500 jobs, more than more than 6 million square feet of real estate now owned and operated, and including 67 retail and office tenants, all creating hundreds of millions of economic impact on a continuing annual sustained basis along the way. Going back to 2005, when Gund Arena soon became Quicken Loans Arena, while we knew the arena had a great bowl, it's a great place to watch an event, and sight lines, and was functional and very well maintained, it had its structural shortcomings as well. It had ingress and egress issues. So how many people have waited outside in 5-degree weather waiting to get in? We had tight, crowded concourses, limited foyer areas. You're coming into a concourse that's very tight. We had issues that were compounded. Half of our seating bowl is up in Loudville. They had limited options, so they made their way down to the main level, which made the problem even worse. And we had virtually no gathering space. So people's food and beverage experience was getting their food, going to their seat, finding a wall. or top of a trash can. Anthony loved those trash cans. So, and then also, you know, we had a venue that was disconnected to the city. So you remember how it used to be? We basically had a stone facade, and the only glass was facing downtown was for our offices. The only way you knew an event was going on if you saw people coming in and out of it as well. And it didn't present, so it was disconnected, and it didn't present an iconic image for Cleveland. It wasn't necessarily a venue that showed up in postcard shots. And then also wayfinding was always a challenge, you know, throughout the venue. So this was an opportunity for us to address a lot of our challenges and turn it into a strength. Early on, we considered the first conceptual architectural ideas to try and address those challenges, which are really the basis of the FieldHouse you'll see today. Over the years, while we have one of the most active arenas in North America and the world for that matter, we ultimately were falling further behind competitively with other arenas in our region and nationally, as newer venues were coming online, offering a better operating environment for those acts and events, and a superior overall experience for the fans. And we ended up basically with the oldest arena in the NBA that wasn't newer, under construction, or had a major structural renovation, as well as having amongst the lowest amount of public square footage space in the entirety of the NBA. With Dan's vision and deep continued investment and commitment to Cleveland, we started discussions with the city, the county, Gateway, with a goal to transform the FieldHouse and this great public asset, and to do it in a way that was very respectful of the public resources that may be involved. On top of that, we had someone in Dan who was willing to be aggressive for the public, ending up now with what is one of the most public-friendly agreements for a mid to small market for a new or renovated arena in the NBA. In addition, the public resources utilized are primarily ones either generated by the FieldHouse or largely impacted by the FieldHouse. The end result is essentially we have a whole new FieldHouse for the fraction of the cost of a new arena that enables us to compete with any arena in the world for the next 20 years and beyond, and maintain an engine, as we were going through our discussions with the county and County Executive Budish, as they pointed out to us, that is the largest driver of economic activity of any venue in Cuyahoga County. We want to offer special thanks to the leaders who've helped make this the Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse a reality, including in attendance today, Mayor Jackson, County Executive Armond Budish, attending on behalf of City Council President Kevin Kelly, City Councilman Blaine Griffin, also attending on behalf of County Council President Dan Brady, County Councilman Scott Tuma, and Councilperson Chantel Brown, Gateway Board Chairman Ken Silliman, United States Congresswoman Marcia Fudge, and United States Senator Sandra Williams. The civic groups that I refer to here work every single day to make our community make it better and help steward development improvements that create a better Cleveland for us all. Our partners, Bishop Larry Macon Sr. and the United Pastors and Mission, Reverend Cavanis and the Cleveland Clergy Coalition, Danielle Sidnor and the NAACP, Joe Roman and the Greater Cleveland Partnership, Joe Marinucci and the Downtown Cleveland Alliance, and David Gilbert and Destination Cleveland, amongst many others. We'd also like to thank Albert Ratner, Carol Hoover, and Fred Nance for their tireless efforts to help make this project reality, working behind the scenes, as well as the leadership of Beth Mooney, Teresa Metcalf-Beasley, Tim Oftermatt, Sharon Sobel-Jordan, Val McCall, and Matt Carroll. We had an all-star team working on this project from the start, with Doug Berlekamp and Brad Berkowitz and Whiting Turner leading the way from our construction manager, along with the strong architectural teams from Jordan Goldstein, Ryan Sickman, and Aaron Drew Jacobs of our architect of record, Gensler, Matt Rossetti and Kelly Dinas of Rossetti, Robert Klon, and R.P. Madison. Their great work and thoughtful, creative design approach and construction is easy to see as we stand here in front of this amazing venue. And our development partner and member of our family of companies, John Olszewski and Michael Taylor of Bedrock, have been tremendous throughout. Next to folks that used their bare hands to do this, thanks to over 2,700, we talked about 2,500, it was actually over 2,700 diverse construction crew members that have built this amazing transformed FieldHouse, including the leadership of Dave Wondolowski, Norm Edwards, Terry Joyce, and Dennis Meany. Your dedication, detail, and hard work has literally changed the landscape of downtown Cleveland. And Mayor and County Executive, you posed to us about meeting or exceeding the Community Benefits Agreement, which we're proud to say we've done that across the board. So very excited about this being a diverse and inclusive project. And to our great partners at Quicken Loans and Rocket Mortgage and their CEO, Jay Farner. Jay, we're excited to have a FieldHouse now that measures up to your world-class commitment to innovation, technology, and the ultimate in fan experience. They lead the way with J.D. Power and Associates all the time in terms of ultimate experience. We feel now we have a venue that can meet that standard. And also to the continued support of Matt Ryzak and Rock Ventures here today as well. And to our amazing team members, with so many who have lived this project for years and who really own this day, including Nick Barledge, Anthony Bonavita, Tracy Merrick, Mike Conley, Tad Carper, Jason Hillman, Eric Klaus, Shelley Kayette, Matt Miller, Michael Lathrop, Zach Yeoman, Joe Zadanek, and countless others. We're truly proud of you and your ability to bring this FieldHouse to life. And special thanks to our spouses, significant others, and families who allowed us to make the sacrifice of time away along the way. And also a very big thank you for the tremendous support of our general manager, Kobe Altman, head coach, John Beeline, their staffs, and our extraordinary players. Your commitment to perform at the highest level every day inspires us to work with you to create a home court environment unlike any other in the NBA. And back to where this all started. Thanks again to Dan Gilbert. Dan encouraged us to dream big and to think about what would be the best for the venue and project in relation to the fan experience and the ability for this publicly owned civic asset to truly be world-class. This has also meant investing over $100 million privately into the transformation, not including the gift from Dan and Jennifer Gilbert of world-class art from renowned international, national, and local artists that you'll get to see firsthand throughout the FieldHouse. So thank you. And welcome home to Rocket Mortgage FieldHouse, one of the best venues in the world.
Len Komorowski, everyone. All right, let's move on to our second speaker as we'll continue to move this along. It is Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I want to congratulate Rocket Mortgage, congratulate the Cavaliers organization on this ribbon cutting. And as Lynn said, this was a great public-private partnership. And it was done in a way that really helped to position not only this facility, but Cleveland for the future. This facility, as was mentioned, is very competitive now, just not in terms of those who want to come see Cavaliers and have a fan-friendly experience, but also those over 200 and something events that occur throughout the year that also happens in this facility. Another aspect, as Mr. Komorowski mentioned, was the construction. This construction was, how many millions? $185 million. And the majority of that money was spent in our local economy with contractors and labor and materials, all those things which helped us maintain our revenue stream and to provide employment and contract opportunities for Clevelanders and greater Cleveland. All that would not have been done without that public-private partnership. Also, the Cavaliers committed to doing things in the community. All of the basketball courts at our rec centers, at our high schools, the many other things that they do throughout the years. But I want to give a special thanks to Dan Gilbert because without his leadership, his vision, and the way in which he thinks, we would not have been able to do this and do this in a way that we as elected officials felt comfortable with the public investment to accomplish the ends that I've mentioned. So I have this proclamation. I would like Mr. Komorowski to come up. Maybe he can give it to Mr. Gilbert, and that is in recognition of this ribbon cutting and the great work that the organization, the Cavaliers organization, does for the city of Cleveland. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor Jackson. Up next, our third speaker, Cuyahoga County Executive Armond Budish.
Hello, everybody. So it's great to be here at this newly refurbished Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. For some people, this project has been about enhancing the attractiveness of our arena and this street corner. For others, this project has been about creating a modern, updated home for basketball, concerts, and a whole lot of other attractions. And this project has accomplished those goals. For me, this project has been about jobs. Jobs for the people who work in this building and live in our neighborhoods. Jobs for those who work in Dan Gilbert's family of businesses. Jobs for the trades who rebuilt this facility. And I will second the thought that we wanted, we expected, we insisted that the work building this facility be done in a diverse, inclusive fashion, and they've met and exceeded all the goals we set. And jobs for all those who work in the restaurants, hotels, bars, and other businesses that benefit from this economic driver. That's thousands of jobs that wouldn't be here without Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. And that's thousands of jobs that will be here for many years to come, thanks to the Cavs lease extension that resulted from this project. This beautiful facility stands as a reminder of the benefits of community collaboration. When the county administration and county council worked long and hard together, county council represented by members of council Pernell Jones, Scott Tuma, and Chantel Brown. Mayor Jackson and the Cleveland administration and Cleveland City Council. All those businesses that came together, organized labor, the clergy, and many others came together to make this happen. And I want to say, you know, the mayor and city council and me and county council, we were more out front, but I will tell you that there were people who worked behind the scenes just as hard. One of those people you'll hear from next, Congresswoman Fudge. I remember those midnight calls telling me to get this thing done. When we all work together, we can accomplish great things here in Cleveland. This facility demonstrates that. Thank you very much.
Let's move on to our fourth speaker. It is none other than United States Congresswoman Marcia Fudge.
Good morning. I just want to thank Dan Gilbert and Lynn Komorowski and all of the other people who made this happen. It's rare in our business that you find somebody who says they're going to do something and they keep their word. They kept their word. And I appreciate it so much. When you walk into this building, you're going to be so proud, just like all of the other things that have been a part of the renaissance of this city. So I would just say with you, I want you to repeat with me. I felt like when I went in there that I was in Oz, but I was ready to come home. So when Dorothy clicked her heels 3 times, what did she say? There's no place like home. There is no place like home. One more time. Thank you.
And lastly, let's head on to Quicken Loan CEO Jay Farner.
All right, good morning, everybody. I tell you what, I think we may have found a new spokeswoman for Rocket Mortgage and Quicken Loans. I love that. You're doing a great job right now, so keep doing what you're doing, but later we'll talk. I just want to thank everybody who helped make this happen. Thank you, speakers, today for your kind words. On behalf of Dan Gilbert and the entire family of companies, I can't tell you how proud we are to be part of this arena, to be part of this city. As you know, our mission is to help people, in particular when it comes to home ownership. And so when we talked about the new arena and naming it Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, that word house was really important. And as we talked to Dan and Len and the team about creating an environment where people felt like this was a home away from home, where they can bring their families, their children, they can experience amazing events,
and really be comfortable. That was the mission. And I got to say that the team pulled it off. They've created an incredible venue where I believe everyone here in Cleveland and all of Ohio will really feel at home. So welcome home, and let's start pressing some buttons.
Thanks so much to our 5 speakers. Jay's right. Here's the part where you all get involved as we count it down to the ribbon cutting. So listen, here's what's going to happen. Everybody, please get your confetti hand poppers ready to go. As Ahmad said, please shoot them into the air. Do not shoot them at other people. Do not shoot them at the players, including the rookies, and do not shoot them at the coaching staff. Now, when I say go, everyone's going to fire his and her poppers at the same time, all right? Jay, it's important, is going to activate the Rocket Mortgage push button, and then we will all join in a 10-second countdown, at which point the ribbons will drop, and at the count of 1, our 5 dignitaries will pull their ribbons, and the official 216-foot ribbon will be cut. So again, quickly recapping, when I say go, you're going to fire your poppers, 10 seconds going to start, and you will hit your button at that time. All right, everybody ready? Here we go. On your mark, get set, go! 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull the ribbons. Transformation is complete. Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse is officially open for business.